This is the end of Smartschoolboy9. The game is finally over. Smartschoolboy9 has been taking the internet by storm the last couple of weeks. Now I've made videos about what this guy has done, who he actually is. But that could all be incorrect now we know the actual truth. Before we get into it, make sure you drop a subscribe and hit that like button if you enjoy this video. There are themes of SA, younger people, and many other things in this video, so trigger warning, viewer discretion is advised. If you already know the basics of this story, then you can skip to a couple minutes in. So this all started when a subreddit emerged back in April this year. People stumbled across this mysterious account and people speaking about this guy who had multiple accounts across all these different platforms of these really weird photos of children. On these accounts there would be these photos of seemingly normal kids, but they'd have this strange AI horror filter on their face which was just really weird. Now it turns out that these photos were actually real. They were real of kids. But then people started to piece together that all these accounts had something in common. They were all owned by this same guy who was now actually messaging people at the same time. Many people reported having messages from this guy and just seeing all of these very weird photos and posts on the accounts that got weirder and weirder day by day. Some of the photos I literally can't show here, but some of them I can put up on the screen briefly. Photos of half-naked people, which are blurred out for obvious reasons. When I say it got weirder, it really did. He then was posting videos of himself pleasuring himself in front of the mirror, along with many other things and the more photos of kids that just got more and more disturbing as time went on. This leads us up to the past few weeks when people and internet detectives have been looking into this, going crazy over the whole case. As I say, when he was first making these accounts, they were photos of other people. There were all these creepy photos going on, but nothing of the account owner until he started posting himself. Him running down the hallways with a school bag or a packed lunchbox, just shouting, "I'm ready for school, I'm ready for school." And he's got this creepy, high-pitched voice that he's clearly putting on, but it doesn't make any sense, especially when you realize how old this bloke actually is. Now, all of these videos were what caused the most speculation because people were like, is this guy actually old? Is he a school kid? Or what is going on? So we now know that this guy is David Alter. He goes by some other names, but the main name he's known as is David Alter. He's 59 years old, so he's nearly in his 60s, and is from Doncaster in England. Now, a lot of the videos that have been going crazy online the last couple of weeks have been these two things: him chasing people and his song. So let's take a quick look at that. First of all, this is the video that shows him chasing someone, which obviously is pretty distressing. Now, this emerged on some of these accounts, but there is also a lot of people saying that this actually isn't him and is just someone lying for the sake of it. But there's also reports suggesting that he has done this, not physically harmed anybody, but he has chased people, and you can hear this creepy laugh in the background, so that side of things is still pretty unknown. Now, when you come to the song, this is one of the most disturbing things because this is real, unless he just mysteriously came up with these words, but I don't think that's the case.
I think I hear a running tram going back in time, not out of time.
So in this song, which you can hear in a minute, obviously he is saying running tram. That's the name of the song, right? And if you don't know what a running train is, don't look it up. That's the name of the song and also the first line. But then the next line is, I think I like a little lemon and lyche. Now, for some reason, there's actually a Genius page. Like, the song and the lyrics are actually on Genius. Now, on Genius, it says lemon and lime, but if you listen to the song, you can hear it says lyche. Now, what's the big difference? Lemon and lime is a lemon and a lime. Lemon and lyche is something very, very different. Apparently, those two words together can link to younger people, but the word lyche is also known as a dead body. So when he's saying, I want to run tram on a lemon and lyche, I think you can kind of guess what that means. Now, as I say, that could be a crazy coincidence. That is what those words mean, so more chance than not, he did think about those words and knows what they mean. Now, we know this guy's name is David Alter, 59, Doncaster, but where is he now? Because this is where all the speculation really starts. So one of the main bits of speculation was that he's in Doncaster and this is his house. Now, there was videos emerging of someone literally bricking his house and trying to get inside it, and it turned out that that wasn't his house, and the guy is now facing charges for bricking some random bloke's house. But there's also hundreds of people coming to me on TikTok saying, no, he's here, he's here, he's here, in all these different places. I mean, I've heard he's going to America, I've heard he's in London, Milton Keynes. He could be anywhere. We don't fully know for sure. But let me clear this up. There are no reports at all that he's fleeing the country to go to America. There is no way he could do that, by what I'm about to get to in a minute. And he could actually be in jail now. Like, we don't know. The authorities, the news, no one's come forward about the whole matter, so we don't know for certain. Now, a video emerged a couple of days ago of someone basically spotting police inside a house in Doncaster, which also could have been his. So how does it change from one house to another? Like, guys, make your mind up which house is his. But this one apparently is the one that was in the videos or in the background of videos that he had filmed while walking around outside. But again, that is still kind of speculation. We don't know for sure where this guy lives. We don't. I don't care what you say. But in conclusion of that, chances are he is still in Doncaster somewhere. There's a small chance he's somewhere else in the UK, but he is not in America. He is being looked into by the authorities. There is no way they would let him get on a plane and flee the country unless he's been cleared of all charges, which I doubt. Now that leads me on to the next point, Ezekiel's live stream. This last week, everybody has been freaking out after Ezekiel, the TikToker who you probably all know, came forward and basically said that he will be interviewing the actual Schoolboy9. I instantly had so many questions like, hang on a minute, this guy's being investigated by the feds. What, he's just allowed to go and do an interview with a random Donny on TikTok? Not a chance. And a lot of you guys on my lives and in my other videos said the same thing, like there is like a 1% chance this will be real. Now, originally what Ezekiel said was that he was going to be doing this on a YouTube video, on a non-monetized account. He wouldn't be posting any of it on TikTok, no live streams like he did before with the Lexi Bonner situation. Because yeah, he didn't want to make any money off it. He just wanted to get to the bottom of this whole situation. Now, what actually happened? Now, instantly when it came out, we were greeted by like a warning screen that said, none of the people in this video are real. This is all fake and for fictional purposes. So any of you guys who thought that was going to be real, seriously? And there's still people that think that the video was real, even after seeing the disclaimer at the start and watching the thing, they're like, nah, it is real. So in the video, you can see this guy who's got his face blurred, voice changed, and he's literally wearing gloves and Nike socks. So the whole end of the story really is that he did not get to interview Schoolboy9, and no one is going to. This guy would not be allowed to be interviewed with everything that's going on at the moment. But I get why Ezekiel did it, because he basically put on there that he was doing this to raise awareness for these people that are out there and to protect younger children. And he directly linked fundraisers and all these kind of campaigns underneath the video, which I thought was really good. But still, he probably made quite a bit on the live stream. That was not Schoolboy9, and Schoolboy9 is not going to be interviewed unless Louis Theroux comes forward or something when he's in prison. Now, other internet mysteries that kind of link this together. Of course, over the last few weeks, there has been tons of speculation about all these different things that this guy has and hasn't done. One of the main ones was a murder back in 2001. Many people believe that this guy actually did commit a murder in Doncaster in 2001. Isn't just this weird guy that's going around doing these photos and stuff, but it does not take a lot of research to look into this and find out. He is not a murderer as far as we know. So, Leanne Tierman was a 16-year-old girl who was brutally murdered back in 2001. She was abducted back in 2000 and her body appeared 9 months later in the woods, and apparently this guy had actually stored her body in a freezer. Now, this whole situation is a mystery. Why this guy did this, we don't know. He literally kidnapped her, unalived her, stuffed her in the freezer at home for 9 months and then dumped her body in the woods. Like, what? And still to this day, we don't fully know the extent of what actually happened here. What we do know, though, is it was not Schoolboy9, and that is fully documented. The guy's name was John Taylor, and he was sentenced to life imprisonment after this, so he's not out there anywhere, and he's still in HMP Wakefield at the moment. It's a very messed up and disturbing story, and I don't know what happened there. It's another mystery we can dive into. But yeah, it doesn't link to Schoolboy. There was a lot of people saying this was him because it was in Doncaster, which, yeah, but it wasn't him. Now, on top of this, there was an email which has been going around on social media recently, and I actually put it in my last video I did on this. It was from the 1990s, basically someone talking about a guy that kind of fits Schoolboy's description in the 90s in Tesco's doing really weird things. Now, yeah, there is a chance this could be this guy, like, yeah. Of course there is. There's also a chance that this is just a random guy that kind of meets a similar description. So again, with that one, there's no concrete evidence. There's no photos. We don't know for sure. We do know though, the guy's 59 years old now, so he probably would have been in his 30s then. So if he was doing it back then, he's been doing this a flipping long time and really misses school. And who knows what else he could have actually done if he has been doing really weird stuff this whole time. Now, in conclusion, we know that he is being looked into by the authorities reportedly. It looked like they were in his house last week, so potentially he's in prison right now. Who knows? And some of the finer details we don't know for sure and probably won't until it comes out to the public, if it ever does. He is not being interviewed, and he probably will never be interviewed unless he goes to prison and gets interviewed in there. But we just got to let the authorities do their jobs now, research this whole thing, and kind of see what happens, I guess. This may be the last we hear of it. It may not, but we kind of just got to live like that now.